Welcome back to Noise Avocation Podcast. I'm Ryan here with Jeremy.
What's up, dude?
And we have the guys from Capitalist here with us. Why don't you go ahead and introduce yourselves just so we can put names to faces?
I'm Mike. I play drums in Capitalist.
I'm Keith. I play bass.
Barrett, I do vocals.
Yeah, our guitar player Mark is out being dad for Father's Day today.
Yeah.
Right on. That's what we're going to go do that after we're done here, too.
Nice.
I'm definitely gonna try to get that breakfast deal they're talking about.
You're still going to have to pay for it anyway. So.
I know, right? Isn't that a bitch of it? So anyway, I'm glad you guys reached out, and I'm glad you guys decided we got together, finally got on.
Absolutely.
I'm trying to remember the first. I think I heard the song that you released. Was it the first song off of the album? Was that the first song that you released, or was it the third track?
No, it's Human Resources.
Human Resources is like the fifth song.
Fifth song?
Seventh
Yep.
song?
Seventh song.
Because I kept getting the first track. I kept thinking I heard that one first, but either way, yeah, that shit caught my ear right away. And
That first track is Kuru.
yeah,
That one's like that one's a little bit older of a song. And Human Resources is like that's a brand new, that was like a brand new
Yeah,
one we wrote just for the
We
record.
sort of almost wrote it in the studio.
Yeah.
So it's like the newest of the batch of songs that we put on the album.
okay. Because
That
were
and,
they
like, Pale
recorded at
Apparition,
different
I would
times,
say
or
those two songs.
were they recorded at different times, or all at the same time?
Same time.
Yeah, all
Okay,
the time.
okay. I just wondered.
So the album, In the Days of the Crimson Sun, it was released March 28th. When did you guys get together as a band?
Well, I think I want to say 2018.
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
right around.
20
Yeah.
2018. With our former bass player had been in another band, and kind of had like a change of hearts about it, and parted ways with some people, and
Yeah, we did like a small southern tour, like a small southern run with our old band, and when we came back, things just didn't like mesh back together, and then we wanted to keep moving on with something different, and so all four members that stayed with that band just changed name, and then Sharky left.
yeah. Well, we not to go like on a rambling history of the band,
Yeah,
Do it.
but
That's why we asked.
we had an old lineup. We put out a record in 2019. It's our first record with our old bass player. And that did pretty well. We did some stuff with that, and then
got a Shadow Frost.
yeah, we played some festivals, played some cool gigs, did some road stuff, and then the plague happened,
Yeah.
and nothing happened with the band for a while. Eventually, our old bass player, he decided he was gonna move, and Keith was at our last show with our old bass player and was like, "You guys need a bass player?" We're like, "Yep," and then he became a member of our band, like
Just right there,
That
fucking.
that night, pretty much.
Yeah,
It's funny how
Turnkey,
things work
Because
out.
we're all old pals from
the
you know,
scene. Yeah,
the scene, as it were.
yeah. Like
So-
you go back from like our old band. Like,
Yeah,
we
sure.
played with you at like
Probably like 8-9 years.
yeah. You were in Obey the Use and we were playing shows with that. Yeah, so it goes way back.
But current iteration, I guess 3 years now.
Okay.
Mostly like hanging out in the studio, rewriting songs.
So it
doing
was
all the
like
thing.
kind of like right in the middle of the pandemic where I guess it would have been kind of towards the end. 3 years is coming up towards the end at this point. But it was kind of when everything for you guys started to come to fruition then.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, I noticed listening to the album, there's a lot of influences, like different influences I hear, and it's almost you got a real fast kind of like old school black metal song. You got like you end it with a ballad. It's a lot of variety in there. You know what I mean? And a lot of different. I can hear a lot of different influences. So, where's all that coming from?
We all have pretty eclectic tastes in music, we all come together on a lot of stuff, but we all listen to a lot of different things. So I don't know, naturally it just kind of happens that way. I've been in bands that have tried that before where it doesn't work. It sounds cut and paste, but for some
Well, you're
reason,
like,
with
we're gonna play this style, and then
yeah,
for
you
sure.
know, but for us, it just kind of comes out naturally, and works out that way. It's pretty cool.
No, definitely, because some of the songs almost have like a metalcore feel, and then some are just like straight like second wave black metal. You know,
Yeah.
it's cool to hear that you guys can kind of mix all that shit together and get away with it, I guess, without at least me going like, what? It all kind of works. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like
I
instead
mean,
of
that's a huge compliment.
Yeah,
Yeah,
for
no,
sure.
That's a huge compliment because like we don't really fall into like a genre that we feel like, oh, we're this kind of band. Like we all listen to different stuff. We all like, so it's kind of what you hear is like basically an amalgam of all the things that we grew up listening to. Like we all listen to far different stuff, like, you know, everything from like Sunny Day Real Estate to like Converge. So
For sure, for sure.
that's
Yeah,
just
dude.
been me. So
I mean,
imagine with like these guys all having far different backgrounds in music, like, you know, it kind of shapes who you are, you know?
Sure, yeah. I mean, like, I feel like we've always been like kind of hard to put into a box.
Yeah.
And we just take all the things that we love and make the songs that way.
Yep.
that's the best way to do
and
it,
what
man.
it ends up being is what it is. You know, we're not trying to like cram ourselves into a constraint of like a specific genre. You know.
No, definitely. If you just play, what comes out, and it works, man. It works good.
yeah, I
Yeah,
think
like
that
when it comes out,
works
it's like
better
that's
for the
because like
music
we
anyway.
like that.
Right.
That's what we like. You know, if
Yeah.
that's what we like, that's what we want to. If we like it, then we're like, well, it's got to be, you know, we like playing it, so I hope somebody likes it.
And if they don't, fuck them. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, like, look, if there's like 10 people in the room and 2 people liked your band, like, then you did, like, that's something. That's,
Yeah. We're also all in our 40s, you
Yeah.
know, so we put in the rounds for a long time. So we really don't give it. We're doing this for us at this point.
Yeah, I'm at the beginning of that stage in life, and
Yeah.
yeah, well, I never really gave too much of a fuck before, but I really don't care now.
Yeah. And that's a good place to be because then it just allows you to like anything good that does happen. You're like, fuck yeah. Like,
Yeah,
Noise
bonus.
Avocation reached out to us. It's like, that's fucking awesome. Like,
Yeah, hell yeah.
didn't see that coming. Like, awesome. So anything's a win for us at this point.
And plus, you guys are the ones that got to go out and play the music every night when you are playing. So, and you got to do it in the studio repeatedly, and you have to have your name on it and live with the songs. So, if you don't like it, then
Yeah, exactly.
why should anybody else?
Yeah.
Yeah. We're gonna do these songs 9,000 more times than we've already done them.
Yep.
Right.
So
Better make sure we like them. You know.
Yeah, I mean that's basically why we took 2 years off to work on the record. We took a bunch of music that they had written already, curated what we thought was the best from that, wrote some new songs, you know, worked on things, and just thought we'd do it the right way and take our time and not try and rush it. And
who's the primary like lyricist?
That would be me.
yeah,
That's you?
Yeah.
All right, cool. So I have a few questions because like the last song,
Yeah.
the pale
Pale Apparition.
pale apparition.
Pale
Yeah.
Apparition.
What? I don't know. It's a gnarly song, man. Let's do it like 6 times in a row, like trying to like depict what you're talking about in there. Is that like a love story, or I mean, what? Or you just kind of write whatever? Like, where do you draw from when you write something like that?
So, you know, I have to like feel inspired to write really good lyrics. I feel like, you know, like, I mean, it sounds like snobby or whatever, you
No,
know, but
man.
like, if I'm not like inspired, I just won't even write. And I like usually am inspired like in like moments of great like, you know, emotional duress. It like helps me really like, you know, get out something if I'm, you know, super
Yeah, the
angry
shit
or
and the
like
suffering
depressed
makes
like
the
I was
best
when I wrote
fucking
Pale
lyrics.
Apparition. That song's like I hit like a breaking point where I was like, you know, considering driving my car like off the highway into some trees because I was like that despairing. And I was like, nope, that's actually just a great idea for a song, and I'll write that song instead.
And here we are, thank God.
I like to joke that that's kind of like the most DSBM song on the record.
Yeah. No, that's why I asked, because I took it as almost like a love song or like you're brokenhearted. You know what I'm saying? I didn't personally think of driving my Jeep off into some shit.
But there's a lot in that though, because even when that riff was written, like we had just lost Nate, you know, Mark had just lost his brother.
Damn.
So like, that was a huge thing for Mark, like to like that riff. I feel is almost like Mark, like you know, getting some emotion down in that riff.
Yeah, it's true. You know, I don't want to like elaborate on his personal business too much,
but
but he lost his brother around the same time that we were writing that song. So we were all kind of like, you know, it was a bummer of a time, and we kind of like channeled that into like this like, I mean, I guess it has like, you know, maybe the riffs have like a loving vibe to them in a way.
But
he's a very emotional guitar player. Like his riffs carry a lot of like mood.
Well, I guess it just goes to show how people can interpret things differently, because I took it as a like you're in love with some shit you can't have, so I'm just gonna fucking
I mean, in a
go
way
that
that
way, you
that
know.
kind of would make sense though.
But anyway,
I don't think we've ever written a song in my lifetime that was about a woman, but that's just me.
I have a goth band for that.
Oh, that's what's up. That's what's up.
But I think that like the fact that like you get any sense of like love from it, it's like, well, then yeah, because there's a lot of emotion in that song. Like, you know, it's kind of hard to just be like, we're a fucking grind band, and then like play Pale Apparition and be like, yeah, dude, it's an emotional song like, to an extent. You know, it's like there's definitely a weight to it when we play it, and like I love that. I fucking love that. There's a weight to playing Human Resources for me.
Yeah.
So all those songs have like a lot of feel, and I think
it shines through, man. Because I mean, obviously, the shit's fucking. We're talking about it, you know. So that's good.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, I think we're all the type of dudes, maybe not Mark so much, that wear our hearts on our sleeves.
For sure.
And that kind of shows in our music.
So you guys have been playing music for a long time then?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
So what are some of your former bands, and what kind of styles have you played, or you just play like everything, or any notable things you want to...
I've been doing bands for a long time, like since like high school.
Yeah.
I've been in tons of stuff. You know, I was there for like the punk hardcore revival of the late 90s, and like, you know, the pop punk scene in southern New Jersey that was huge for a while. Where I was definitely like an outlier. I mean,
I had met Mark from that.
Yeah, and that's how I know Mark, because Mark was in a pop punk band of well repute at the time.
Yeah,
that's what's up.
He was a big booker too.
He booked a lot of shows. He was a figure back then.
Needless to say, you guys have been.
I've been in metalcore bands and crust bands and like horror punk. I got my start in horror punk.
Yeah.
Oh, that's dope.
Yeah.
Yeah, same. I was just I started playing when I was like same thing, like probably like 15, 16, and just started playing drums. And then once you find out you're a drummer, you're like, obviously you're everybody's drummer at that point.
Yeah.
Which is kind of a good thing, because that's kind of how I got the gig and Come and Get It, and then that's what led to this. So, you know, they needed a drummer real bad, and then that's what led to me like being able to like link up with you and Mark, and
sure.
That definitely formed this. But you've been in a ton of shit too.
Yeah, I've been doing this forever. I currently play guitar in a band called Quiet Man. That's kind of like progressive sludge.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, I met these guys in another band I was in called Obey the Ooze, which was another like kind of all over the place band. Yeah, I've been in thrash bands. I started doing punk rock just like Barrett.
Yeah, for sure.
It's basically.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
No, it's cool. Like I said, you can hear a lot of different things in the music that you guys are putting out now, and it's cool, that it has its own flavor.
Thank you.
I mean, like, Barrett's got his own solo project too, Wrists. That's like a whole different
It's like electro goth.
All right, what's
Yeah,
that called?
I was about to ask
Wrist
what that was. What is it called?
wrists, like your
Wrists,
wrist.
like your wrists,
Yeah.
Cool.
uncut wrists.
Yeah, it's out there. I've been doing that for a while too. I consider myself like a kind of like emotionally evocative vocalist, try to like put that into the songs. Like I know like a lot of like, like a lot of like black metal and death metal and power violence, like, it's like it's tough, or it's like it's one specific thing, like, like black metal can all kind of start to sound like hissing,
Mm-hmm.
Right.
at a certain point. Like I try to put a little more like evocative vocals into it.
Well, your vocals on the record, it does sound like, it's hard to tell, but do you use some sort of effect on them? Because it almost sounds like distorted or staticky, like the way they're kind of pushed to the back a little bit and the way that it lays on the track.
I think we put a little bit of reverb on the album.
no distortion or no gain.
Yeah,
it was all just
no gain. Yeah,
That's
They're
all just
doubled
your
a little
voice.
bit.
That's cool.
there's a couple spots where it's doubled, but yeah, no, I don't really do like distortion or anything on it. Yeah, no, I just need a little loud yeller.
Yeah. Old Yellers turned into like a nice
yeah.
raspy voice that records perfectly.
Yeah, it sounds good because it does really sound like it has like a distorted effect on it. Like not heavily, but it almost just sounds like he added a tinge to it. So that's cool that it's not an effect. That's just
It's like your own tone, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, because like before going to Richie, like I recorded all the stuff that we did when we would do replacement recordings and stuff, and then like recording his vocals was always so like you almost have to like dial the volume back. Like you can't have any gain on because it's like he's coming in so hot that it's like you can't have
Just
anything on the
everything's getting
microphone. So if you
fucking
put like
dialed out.
distortion on it, it would just kill it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Be
We
through
were
the
really
roof.
lucky. Our buddy Richie recorded the record, and he was, it was unusual for me in the first sense, but he really pushed us to like give our best performances.
Yeah.
Instead of just like being a normal guy, like press and play,
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
why don't you try this or try this, and I really need this out of you at this specific moment. And it was something that we, I guess, kind of needed, and it worked out really well.
Yeah, I wasn't used to it.
Yeah, me neither.
I wasn't used to somebody being like, "Hey, that was great. Why don't you like do the next one with like some confidence?" And like I'm like, "What the fuck is that?"
Yeah. I
And it's
totally
like
see what you're
it's
saying.
like, but then you do it again and you're like realize like, oh, right. Like,
That's what
okay.
he meant.
Yeah.
Like focus
Oh,
on
that's
that
cool.
part, and then like make sure that that's the one thing that you got to get right. Like, yeah, you're right. All right, do it again. It's like fifth time.
Sure, yeah.
But it's like if that was like I feel like if that was like anybody else, I probably would have taken it the wrong way. But like it being Richie, you're like, all right, he's a good friend. It's like he's a great producer. It's like
Yeah, he inspired us
Yeah.
to do our best performances.
I think because he knows like our sound, like he knows what we were going for. He knows all of our influences and all that stuff. So he has like
Yeah.
he could dial that in for us and help
Well,
us
he
out.
has a few projects that are like
Yeah.
adjacent to kind of like, I guess, sort of like what we do.
Yeah.
In some respects, and I feel like he really understood the vibe, for lack of a better word.
Shout out to Richie,
Gone
man.
for it.
That shit's fucking dope. I mean, like to get pushed like that, it's like that's their job, you know what I mean? And to not push you to the point of you're walking out or throwing shit at them or whatever it may be.
Right. You don't want to like push it to where it's like, well, now this is going nowhere. Like now I'm not going to play good at all. He knew that there was another gear. He could see it. He's like,
Yeah,
hear it. You got it right there. It's like, all right, let's do it again.
that's cool.
Yeah, definitely helped push this album like over the top. Having somebody like that around.
So is it an in-home studio or does he have like a whole actual studio set up?
So we what was the name of that place?
That was Headroom.
Headroom. It was like
Dr. Dog's studio.
there's the psychedelic band Dr. Dog.
That was they're from like a Pennsylvania band, Philly band. like local legends or whatever.
Yeah, I used to like a local prolific jam band. But anyway, it was their studio. Really cool place.
We did
Drums and bass were there.
Felt really comfortable there. Like,
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
do it.
But he works out of there. It's like a professional studio. We did drums and bass there, and then we did guitar and vocals at his personal studio.
Okay.
Yeah, that shit sounds good, dude, for real.
Thank you.
I think Richie's is under like Villa of the Deaf or something
Yeah,
like that.
I forget what he calls his house studio.
I think it's Villa of the Deaf. I think you're right.
We're such great friends.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
We're such good friends. We can't remember the
We name dropped you in the interview, but we totally didn't remember the name of your studio, bro.
you got it. It's Villa of the Deaf. I'm looking at it on Bandcamp.
Yeah,
right
there
now.
you go. Yeah, Richie Devon is his Instagram.
So how'd you guys link up with Barry Ann and Fiadh then?
Our buddy Jim, the necrosexual, recommended them that we should send our stuff out to them, and they were the first people to hit us back up. And we really can get behind what Fiadh stands for,
Yeah, for sure.
the anti-fascist aspect of it. We're all huge animal lovers.
Yep.
So it just seemed like a good fit.
Yeah, that just put out Animals Revenge. Was that the release
Yeah,
they just put out with the
my other
bear
band
eating
is
the
on that
fucking?
comp.
Yeah, that shit's cool.
That reminded me of like Deer Avenger. Do you remember
Yeah,
that
yep.
computer game from a long time
Yeah, I
ago?
think Fiadh is Irish for deer.
Okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
that makes sense.
Yeah, that's funny. We interviewed Barry Ann, and I don't think that even came up.
No, but yeah, just there's just a lot of good fucking. She puts out a lot of great fucking bands, man.
Yeah, tons too. I mean, she just pumps out volume.
Yeah,
and
it's
not-
gnarly.
It's all good.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
So but when I get a chance to fucking talk to like a band from there, it's our pleasure too. You know what I'm saying?
We're just happy to be a part. Like we were happy that that somebody was like heard our stuff and was just like, hey, we'd love to do a tape with you guys. We're like, hell yeah, like thank you. Like
Yeah,
that was big.
it really, yeah, like our friend Jimmy, I had run into him at a show for another friend's band. I was just telling him, we were putting out an album, we were looking, and it was just like a casual rec from him. And we checked it out, and we were like, holy shit, this record label is like what we're about.
Yeah, absolutely.
Shout out to Barry Ann. Yeah, that's dope.
Yeah, big ups.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, like I think that like, she was huge in like helping us like reach a different audience than just like the local Philly crew again with our music. That it's like, oh, dude, this like pushed us like much further. And
Straight
like,
up wouldn't even be talking if it wasn't for that
yeah,
right now.
exactly. And like
Yeah.
we're that's why we're so grateful to Fiadh. Like,
Yeah.
huge help.
Yeah, I haven't counted, but what would you say? We've done 15 Fiadh interviews, maybe more, maybe less. I don't know, somewhere around there. It's been quite a few of them. But that just
Eleanor
goes
a
to
couple
show, like,
times.
the label, like, I mean, they keep putting out awesome shit. Like, Weldon
Yeah.
Woe's on there, like Lust Hag,
Fourth Dominion.
Robes of Snow. We've a whole collection of awesome music.
Now I'm looking at my tapes in my head. Shit. Darkest Dungeon. That shit's cool. I like that. Electronic, atmospheric weirdness. But anyway,
Sure.
go off on tangents. So you guys just played a show on Friday the 13th. How was that? How'd it go?
It was good. It was it was our first show in almost 2 years because we've kind of been just like hiding out in the basement, restructuring stuff. It was fun. It was good to get back out and start doing stuff again. I think we kind of all really needed it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, 100%. Plus to like bang the rust off.
Yeah,
Not playing
yeah.
live in a while was excellent. But yeah, it was a really like very heavy metal show.
Okay.
It was cool though because like I didn't feel like an odd duck out or anything.
Yeah.
Everybody was like mad chill.
Yeah, and it seemed like we were like well accepted to like even guys and assless chaps. So
Yeah, 100%. Yeah,
whenever you could win that demographic.
the other bands are were definitely more like traditional metal. But it was a really fun show, and the crowd was super receptive.
Yeah.
So I mean, I couldn't ask for better. It's in a
Yeah.
cool like Philly metal bar, like a bar that's known for having cool metal shows. Like it,
Right on.
it was tight.
Yeah, it was a fun night. It was definitely a fun night for sure.
What
A lot
was
of
the
good
name of the
names.
venue?
Like ran into a lot of people that we hadn't seen in a minute, but I mean that comes with like not playing like shows in a while.
We really have been like in hermit mode.
Yeah.
We're
Oh,
all
I
kind
believe
of
it.
like generally hermits in the first place.
Yeah.
Like so.
So are we.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get that. What do you recall the name of the venue?
Ortlieb's.
Say that again.
Ortlieb's.
Oh, Ortlieb's.
Mm-hmm.
You both said it, and it was like a double fucking.
Was it coming in perfect stereo?
Yeah, I was like, whoa! It's panning too fucking weird.
We're so in sync.
So do you guys have any plans for the summer for upcoming shows? Anything lined up, or just kind of winging it for now?
Yeah. We have a show August 15th at the Sanctuary in Philadelphia with our buddies band Blasphemous, and I think.
I forget who else is on that bill.
Yeah, I'm terrible.
I only remembered Blasphemous because it's like good friends of ours. So
Well, they have
Wild Fucking Beyond. Jimmy's.
Jimmy's other band,
Yeah.
Wild Beyond.
And our buddy Evan, who's in like a million bands too. Yeah.
That's true. Yeah.
Oh, and Reeking Aura.
Reeking
Freaking
Aura, right.
Aura. Is that
Yeah,
and that's gonna be? Is that in more of a extreme metal genre, more so than
Yeah.
your?
Yeah, for sure.
Sounds like it, but you never know. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think it's their album release. They're apparently pretty poppin'. So.
Oh, that's what's up.
Yeah. So hoping to get a good draw from that one, and then like hopefully more eyes on us and more invites to more shows.
You guys gonna try to just stick around the Jersey Philly area, or are you gonna try to venture out a little, or?
We'd love to venture out. It's more of a matter of like not having those connections in other places really to be able to
Gotcha.
like, hey, let's set this up. Like currently we're looking for like we're doing Raleigh in October. Old buddy of ours from Moynock is like trying to get us set up with a show
It's just
down
you
there.
guys sound like you could fit in like so many different fucking like fests or like shows because your sound can kind of fit wherever. You know what I mean? Just that's why.
Yeah, that's actually that's fest stuff. I never even really thought of that. That would be like ideal. That would be so much fun, but it's the invites, you know what I mean? It's
No,
like if
for
you don't
sure.
have that following to get those positions, it's kind of like word of mouth, or somebody's like, yo, you gotta check out this band, and then you get asked to play those kinds of things, I guess.
Just a lot of times I find the like older dudes. I don't want to say we're older, but we're older. Or like,
We're-
no, I just
yeah,
want
we're-
to.
I'm 44 years old.
Yeah,
Fucking old.
I just want to stick around, my home or whatever. So it's cool to be like, no, fuck that. We want to go out and push our music. So it's cool. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, definitely would love to.
Yeah, I mean, for us, it's like it's a glorified hobby at this point,
Right.
But we're always trying to like play other places and reach out. Like we're definitely going to try and do Raleigh in October. We have like sort of tenuous plans for that, and try and make some more road trips happen.
Yeah, definitely.
Everything booked so far out in advance now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hear you. It's even like you got to get tickets like 2 months in advance, or they fucking sell out, and you're like, shit, Get them when you see them.
That's that whole fear of missing out thing.
Yeah, at least when I see
Yeah.
then they're sold out. I'm like, oh shit, like but there was a show I wanted to go to, and then it's I Hate God was playing Crowfoot, I think, and they sold out. And I was like, that's not gonna sell out. Sold out.
Yeah, but you said
Yeah, there's so many shows that you
Sanctuary,
think are like, oh, I could probably still make it to that show. It's like the Sunrock show that you Quiet Band was playing. I was like, oh, I could probably go like day of. It's like I think it's sold out. Like,
Yeah,
I think
it's
tickets
crazy.
were sold out already. I was like, it's my
But
friend's
good
band.
but it's cool though.
Yeah.
I'm gonna miss my friend's band playing. How did that sell out?
No, dude, I cannot get you in the back.
I
No
feel like
plus
every city has a sanctuary, or not every city, but every state has a sanctuary.
Yeah,
venue.
yeah.
Like we have one in Detroit-ish area that's like real popular, you guys just mentioned a Sanctuary. I've heard numerous other bands that we've talked to that are like, oh, we're playing the Sanctuary, but in like fucking
It is the easiest.
North Carolina or something. I'm like, damn,
Yeah,
that's
I
got to
think
be
that
like
must
the
be
most
the
common
best
name for a
Yeah.
venue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know.
Shred Shed for sure, because there's like a shred shed in like Ontario. There's one in like Seattle. There's like literally like I keep saying I'm like, how many shred sheds are there? It's like
Shred
just
Shed, that's good.
every city
Shred
has their
Shed's a
own.
cool venue name.
I know
feel
the
like
there
Detroit
would
would
be-
one
with
did start
Sanctuary
out
and-
in a church originally, though. It was a church.
the Sanctuary.
Yeah, originally.
I
Now
never
it's
knew
not.
that.
They moved, but yeah. So that was like that kind of made sense, I guess.
They deserve that name.
But
This
not,
one's in
but
like a
now
warehouse.
they're on the street like everybody else.
They grandfathered into the Sanctuary.
Mhm.
Shred Shed's cool though. I feel like there would be some place around here called Shred Shed or like fucking Death Barn or something.
Yeah, like
Dude, fucking Death Barn's awesome.
check this
I'll
out. We
play
have
Death Barn.
Quiet Riot playing our little brown trout festival, okay? And I was just outside before we were going, and we got a poster out, and I'm looking at it, and it's like $40, and I'm like, dude, I'm not paying $40 for fucking Quiet Riot. Like, I just cannot justify it in my head. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Nah.
Yeah,
It's crazy.
Grandpa's gonna come back from the dead.
Like, yeah, I'm just like, wow.
Yeah,
But if anybody is in Alpena, go check it out.
but demographically, most people here will pay $40
Well, I
to see
just,
Quiet
like-
Riot.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like, I'm like, I'll just pay 10 and drive
I
a
never-
couple hours.
I never cared for Quiet Riot to begin with, so I don't know. But we'll hang it in the store nonetheless. So it's cool. Like
I just did not
we're
notice the
known
price
for-
until today. I thought it was
Yeah.
like $20. You know,
No, it's 40.
40.
because we have tickets up front, and yeah, our area is known for like having next to nobody comes here. I mean, there's no point. Like unless you're going to like the UP or something, like there's no pass through to like a next city. So
UP like the scenic way.
yeah,
So it just takes 75.
through Mackinac Bridge and whatever. So if you're like touring, like you'd have to be like going to Detroit and do like a wraparound to Michigan or something, but nobody just comes straight up. So
Oh yeah.
like Quiet Riot was here. Was it L.A. Guns played like last year? It's a bunch of like old like washed up like casino like pre-casino circuit 80s metal bands.
But they can't play the casinos anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're not big enough.
Next year we'll be able to watch Quiet Riot at Cooper River Park.
Yeah,
You know,
right.
but in the same breath, though, dude, if you could still make a living doing that, fuck it.
Yeah,
hell yeah.
They're probably happy as shit just
That's-
being able to be like,
That's
yo, I
what
go
I'm
on stage
saying.
every
Like,
like,
you know,
what's better than that?
Mm.
I was talking about doing a casino circuit tour for all the washed up bands called Sluts, Slots, and Liver Spots.
oh, that's what
And
That's fucking
if
cool.
I had the connections, I would do it. But
I wonder if you could write that off too.
the tour thing.
Yeah, because it'd be going to casinos.
Oh yeah, I don't know.
See, Michigan's a little different. I don't know if how it works in Jersey, but
I'm not a casino person.
me neither.
Yeah, I mean, neither I couldn't tell you.
I guess I'll
We don't make enough money to
I
gamble.
hate losing money. So like I go there with $20 and I don't win anything, and I'm like, all right, cool, I've seen it. We can
Yeah,
leave
dude, I'd
now."
much rather you spend that money on a record.
Yeah.
Agreed, yeah.
Mm.
Figure everything that you're putting into that slot is like what you're paying for that shitty free drink that they're bringing you. So,
You're paying for the thrill.
yeah, you're
Yeah.
paying to just have somewhere to hang out.
I
And
watched Casino
Bro.
as a kid. House always wins, dude. Like, hands
I
down.
went to Atlantic City a couple weeks ago, and it's just fucking depressing.
Is it?
Like you just
Yeah.
watch people just pumping money into machines, just like
Atlantic City is definitely like a dystopian hellscape.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys know out there.
fun surf spot.
Yeah.
It's dystopian.
The beach is still cool.
Yeah.
But just everything's boarded up and just shit looking, or
It's not.
everything.
a little, yeah.
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah,
Off the
little
board.
column A, little column B.
Yeah.
It's not completely boarded up, but there's definitely places like that should be fucking boarded up. Like,
gotcha.
Well,
crap house. Like,
It's funny, like like I occasionally drive through there for work, and like you drive past like some of the like closed casinos that are down there. And they
Yeah.
have like spray paint and stuff like on the big giant LED signs, and like it's shut off, and it just looks like the
Looks like
backdrop to like RoboCop or something. You know, like very
Yeah,
like
dude.
cyberpunk vibe
yeah,
going on
that's
down
what
there.
I was thinking of.
Wild fucking. It's a goddamn rave. I don't know. That shit's crazy. So what have you guys been listening to then lately? What do you jam? You're wearing Fiona Apple
Oh yeah. Lately.
lately.
What the hell have I been listening to?
I've been listening to. Well, the sun's out, so I've been driving real fast on the highway with the windows down, listening to Danzig the past couple weeks.
Fucking right on, dude.
But lately I've been listening to the new Wake album. Shit, what else?
I've been listening to that new Idle Airs record. I really dig that. That new Young Widows record is also. I'm just a huge Young Widows fan, but like, yeah, that new Idle Airs record is incredible. I'm excited to see Sean Ingram doing another Coalesce record. That is going to be. I'm real excited for that.
What else? The guy that recorded us, Richie, his band Lastema just put out a new record. It's fucking fantastic.
Yeah.
What is
Oh
it?
wow. Yeah, it's like really great black and screamo
With like violin leads over the top. It's
Oh,
like
nice.
yeah, it's fire.
Sounds
it's
interesting.
intense.
I know it's like we think we're emotional. Like
Yeah.
that stuff is like very, very, very evocative. Very
Yes.
emotionally evocative.
Violins, man. They get you.
Yeah.
I've heard a few
I didn't
metal
think I
bands
didn't
that
think
do
I would
violin
feel it,
well.
but I was just
Yeah.
like, oh wow, that's actually like really cool. Like this isn't Yellow Card.
Fucking yellow
Funny.
card.
Yeah, I haven't even really been like listening to metal or any like heavy stuff really too much. Like, well, I guess it depends. Like, I've been listening to like a lot of techno.
But that's also like that's the diversity of like everything we listen to.
Yeah.
Like at work, I'm also like I've been listening to like a random 90s mix that I make for work so that like I can be on a job site and people not get offended. So it's like, all right, it's a lot of toadies. You know what I mean? It's like some Dinosaur Jr. probably pops up, you know?
Little Mazzy Star in there.
Yeah.
For sure.
I'm gonna lift with Fade Into You playing and people are like, what the fuck is going on?
Oh,
Crying
man.
on the
Could you
foot.
work out to that? I don't know. That's kind of
Guy's
slow.
crying
isn't
in
it?
his straps.
Well, when he said lift, I feel like he meant like
Yeah,
a fucking
we've been listening to
crane
more
lift or
Devon on the way home
something.
from Bangkok.
Oh, I got you.
But no, I couldn't work out to that. No, it's too slow. I love Mazzy Star, it's great, but like I wouldn't work out to it.
No.
Yeah.
You're like on a job site and like some streaming decides to like play something random for you. You're like, dude, where did this come from? I'm like on a lift, like ready to cry. I'm like, turn this off right now.
Shit's funny. I used to work in a welding shop where I'd have a stereo and I had a iPod dock to it, and it'd play like the Beach Boys, the Ramones, Summon. Like it would just be Danzig would pop on, and they ended up moving me into the back, and they're just like, stay back there and try to keep the radio down and just left me alone, you know. But it was fun.
This is why I wear headphones at work now.
And they like, it was funny what they would think of the bands, you know, like
Yeah.
they couldn't understand how somebody could listen to the Beach Boys and then like Cradle of Filth in the same, you know, half hour. Like, I don't know, man, but the shit's cool, you know.
Again,
For
like,
sure, yeah.
like I was saying, like we leave band practice and like we've been listening to like Warren Zevon on the way home from
Oh,
band
fuck,
practice.
there you
Because
go,
like we
dude.
just both found a mutual love for that, and we're like, oh, I didn't realize you also like that. And at work
Definitely.
on some days I'll have because I work with like a couple like the older guys, and like, all right, after lunch it's just ELO for like the rest of the day, and then we're heading out. That's on Fridays. It's ELO for the rest of the day, guys.
I just saw that tour shirt in the window for ELO from 2019.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, dude, Jeff Lynne's the man.
There's been many of times where I've been streaming on Apple Music and gone from one thing to another and then thought to myself, like, I bet you nobody else has ever went from Big L to, like, fucking Shensia or something.
No,
Like,
definitely not.
Nah, but that's the beauty of it. Like, you know, the diversity is like what makes it fun. Like if we all listen to the same shit all the time, it would just sound homogenized and everybody has the same flavor. And it's like, nah, it's like
plus, like,
everybody having a little bit different is like what makes it so fun. It's like that's why we sound the way we do.
the shit would
Yes,
blend
sir.
together, like, it just would get exhausting to me listening to the same thing. I guess that you guys kind of already answered what we normally ask at the end of,
It's true.
or towards the end of interviews, but usually we ask people what's something that they listen to that people would not expect, like outside of what you guys play, but you pretty much threw all that out there already, so I guess we can skip by that.
Yeah, we kind of fucked that up, didn't we?
Yeah, our bad.
No, it's
Right, we got to rambling.
Yeah.
No, that's fine.
That's awesome.
That makes made our job easier, I guess.
Well, I mean, like in the same sense that like you have like that goth solo project to be able to like tap into another side of yourself. Like you have Quiet Man, which is like you're like I also have another band that I'm in that's like not way different than like what we do, but it's like it's definitely a different band, you know? It's like it's a whole different like I couldn't do another band that sounded exactly like Capitals. Like I'm never gonna be in another grind band. So like anything else I do has to be like way different than what I'm doing in this band.
Yeah, I feel like it would have to be, though, because if you write something, you know, if you're in 3 bands that are the same thing and you write something, like, how would you decipher what band it goes to? You're like, shit, this would work in all 3. Now I got to pick a favorite. Like,
Case in point, CCR and John Fogerty.
yeah, every one of his songs sounds the same.
That's what I'm saying. He even
Oh,
sued
yeah.
himself.
They're all about trying to find out what the rain's like. And he's eventually found
And
it
trying
out.
to let your coach know that you're ready to play ball.
Yeah. Fucking center field. Damn.
Fucking hate that song.
I know, man. It's like the worst. Oh, God.
And it's fucking crazy because I'm like,
Oh.
how do people be like, yeah, dude, fucking Fogarty's the best? I'm like,
Oh.
play that song and
It's
tell
so
me in my
fucking
face that that's a
bad.
good fucking song. You
So
liar.
fucking bad.
Can't stand that.
Wow.
Just because he's what? He's a legend? It's like, I like
No, the whole thing's bad.
I
The
like
fucking
it.
album cover's horrible. The song's fucking horrible.
I'm like sort of indifferent about it, I guess.
I don't know.
I don't care that strongly about it.
I just
one way
think
or
it's
the other.
I have
funny.
nostalgic reasons for liking that song.
Well, yeah, nostalgia is another like why I like Warren Zevon. It's like it's a nostalgia thing, you know.
Yeah.
You're like here, they're like, oh, I fucking love that
I
song.
technically should not like the Grateful Dead, but somehow last year on Spotify, I was in the top
Yeah.
1.01% of listeners. I'm like, how the fuck did that happen?
Yeah, not
And that's
me,
because
sir.
most of their fans can't afford smart devices.
Oh, sick burn. Oh, fucking A. Well, I don't really have too many more questions for
No,
you
I
guys.
was gonna
You guys
say,
answered everything.
I was going to say, before we wrap things up, do you guys have anything you want to add, say, get off your chest or anything?
Thanks to Noise Avocation for having us for sure.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah,
awesome.
Absolutely.
I mean,
yeah.
thanks, Fiadh.
Thank you. Yeah, everybody. I guess maybe that I know the world's really fucked up right now and everybody's going through a lot of shit and we're all hurting inside and scared and fucking don't know how the future is gonna be and just be kind to each other and love each other and take everything you got for fucking don't take it for granted right now. Just
Fucking A, man.
work hard and you know.
Work hard and don't listen to John Fogerty.
Yes, yes.
There you go.
Fuck that center field album, dude. The whole thing.
That's gonna be the clip.
awesome.
That's
I
gonna be
know.
the clip of this episode. Is like,
Yeah,
John
fuck John
Fogerty.
Fogerty.
Oh,
We're gonna get fucking hit with a cease and desist.
Oh, I
somehow.
could only hope,
Well,
dude.
to be fair, like one guy here loves John Fogerty, so I think that might balance it out a little bit.
Capitalist. Are their opinions divided?
I tried to read his biography. Dude, it's same thing as like Miles Davis, but like worse. Just so conceited. It's like
Yeah, and I love Miles, but yeah, his book was fucking
god awful.
it
We
was
gotta
horrible.
anyway.
But anyway,
We'll
guys,
keep going.
thank you for jumping on the show. We appreciate it. We love the record, so awesome, and congrats on the release. And we'll be in touch with you on Instagram. And if you get any of like the pictures or anything from the show, send them over to us, and we'll tie it into the interview too.
Cool. Yeah, we'll do that.
Absolutely.
Yeah, for sure.
Awesome. Well, you guys enjoy the rest of your Sunday, and we'll talk with you soon.
Yeah, right on, dude.
Thanks for having us.
Cheers. Happy Father's Day.
Peace, dudes.
Get that breakfast.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm working on it right now.